Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Okay guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Geez, the chat's already popped off. I haven't started yet. Good morning, David. Good morning, William. Good morning, Lewis. How are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. Had a good weekend and all that good stuff. Okay, went long on Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin took a dive recently, hasn't it? Building count aggressively. About the 60. I mean, fair enough. I mean, yeah, it was a big drop on Bitcoin actually. I was expecting more upside for Bitcoin actually, from simply just retesting that resistance now turned support. I was expecting Bitcoin to go up, but yeah, that was a big drop. Again, USD has been very strong, but I think probably a lot of cryptos are seeing some bearish momentum. But yeah, that was a big drop there for Bitcoin. Hi MJ, hope you are doing well. Yeah, sure thing, we'll take a look at Euro Jpy as well. FTSE 100 as well. Wow, I'm going through all the different financial markets. Nice. I mean, always expanding the horizon. Again, Forex is not going anywhere, so you can look at other financial markets as well. But yeah, Euro Jpy. Okay, so yeah, this pair very bearish, as you can see on the higher time frames. I think we're almost at those previous lows all the way back down here. Well, very close to taking out those lows. So we are testing really high time frame support there. We probably might see some more downside to take out those lows. To be honest, you can see how price is moving very corrective here in this channel sort of. So price overall is looking like it's seeing more downside here. It's taken out these lows here previously. Looks like it's just about, well, it has just closed back above those previous lows. So if I was you, I'll probably wait for price to retrace again and see some more downside, because there is a very high chance that price will probably take out these weekly lows all the way down here on the left, since overall we do have quite a bearish market and we've just seen a massive lower high form, and with this momentum we're likely to spike through those lows. Again, a lot of liquidity below those lows as well. So I think your best bet with Euro Jpy, because it's a bit corrective now, it's a little bit choppy. I'll probably say your best bet is wait for some retracement and get involved in some shorts and take this one down. I think buys might be good on a temporary basis, maybe intraday, looking at that hourly 30-minute. But yeah, even that looks a little bit difficult. You might be able to catch a few pips to the upside, nothing too much. But I think your best bet is sells, looking for a push back into resistance, maybe that trend line. If that was to happen, that'd be great. But I think anywhere around that resistance, looking for sells and just playing advantage of that bearish momentum on the higher time frames. But Euro Jpy is a very much a bearish pair. It looks like it's losing some of that bearish momentum, could be getting ready to reverse soon, but I think we'll probably spike through those lows since they're so close by. Again, a lot of liquidity below those lows. So yeah, best bet for me will probably be some retracement back up and then look to sell it back down. But yeah, not the biggest fan of Euro Jpy recently. Yeah, pound pairs all been flying to the upside, been very strong. You saw euro pound collapse to the downside since Monday, really. So yeah, pound pairs have been very strong recently. I was in pound AUD actually since last week. I've exited that trade yesterday because it wasn't flowing so well. I was looking for price to reach these lows here. I had a couple entries on this position actually from last week. So I had initial position around here with that bearish candle, then price came back to test the same resistance again, so I added another position, and we saw quite a nice fall to the downside. Was taking profit as price was coming down, but the momentum was looking good, so probability was showing that price would probably continue down, but pound had other ideas in mind. It found some strength yesterday, broke through some structure, closed most of my profit there, and then we just took off this morning. So yeah, pound pairs are showing a lot of strength. I was not expecting that for pound AUD. Pound CAD showing some strength as well. Pound CHF, pound USD trying to show some strength, because again USD is very strong. You can see still pushing to the upside. It's broken past 95 psychological level, might be on its way to 96. So we could be seeing a lot more strength with the USD in the coming days. I'm actually on the weekly time frame, because we do have this area which I think price is trying to move to, which is this support here with that wick, and I think price is on its way to that level. It's not too far off. Again, Euro USD is kind of done the exact same thing but opposite. Again, if I go to the weekly time frame, actually no, that's monthly. Go to the weekly time frame, you can see price is doing the exact same thing, but it's already hit that wick on the weekly. So yeah, Euro USD very, very bearish, DXY very, very bullish. So definitely not looking to get long on these pairs anytime soon. Was hoping Euro USD could retrace, but it doesn't look like it has. Yeah, I mean, I had my eye on pound CHF as well, David, but yeah, pound is looking so strong. So I think I'm gonna wait for this one to die down first. I'm not gonna try and call the top of that because I still think there's downside for pound CHF. But I'm not gonna try and call the top. Wait for price to give a move first, and then I'll try and get in on the pullback. Just because pound is so strong right now, so I don't want to try and second guess that. We do have very, very strong support here on the left. That price hasn't kind of retested. You can see here, really nice support there, broke through, hasn't retested, so maybe 1.25, but also a nice psychological level as well. Price might want to go and hit that before it does take a dive to the downside. So pound CHF is looking good for shorts. Again, momentum on the higher time frames is definitely with the bears as well. But yeah, pound has just been so strong lately, so it's just very, very difficult to short. But that can change quite quickly. So hopefully we can see some bearish momentum come for pound CHF. But as of right now, there's not much with that pair. Okay, USD Cad longs, Euro AUD, Euro Cad, Euro NZD shorts. Nice. I mean, I'll be looking for Euro AUD shorts as well. I was in pound AUD last week, so I didn't get into Euro AUD, but I was hoping Euro AUD could retrace this week. Again, Euro AUD is just kind of fallen to the downside very, very aggressively. Was looking for some retrace. Again, you can see the difference between Euro AUD and pound AUD. Massive push up, but Euro is still looking very, very bearish. So I was looking for a retest of this area, but from a daily point of view, again, the trend is definitely down. This looks like price has just done another pullback, and we could be seeing a push back down to the lows, because I still do have these targets here for the daily time frame that support around 1.52600, which I'm expecting price to hit soon enough. It might do that, I'm not sure this week, but with price looking like that, it's from a nice lower high that I'm expecting more downside for Euro AUD. So looking from the lower time frames, I'm looking for a pullback to get in, but from a daily point of view, it does look like price will continue to the downside there. Price is looking very, very bearish. Euro NZD as well. I mean, Euro NZD not so much, a little bit of consolidation, had a bit of a fake out on Friday to the upside there. But yeah, momentum is to the downside with this one, and if NZD sees some strength, we could actually see a breakout and continuation further down. Bit messy on the lower time frames, but price overall is very, very bearish as well. And USD Cad as well. USD Cad, we did see a big push to the upside recently. Again, I was expecting some downside for USD Cad this week for some retracement of that big push back into this level. We've seen some nice retracement, haven't quite tapped into that level yet though, but price is looking a little bit strong, so we could still push on back up to 1.26. But yeah, it's up to what USD is doing, because USD right now looks very, very strong. It does need to retrace, but it doesn't have to right now. It's looking very, very strong. So yeah, USD CAD, USD CHF, all those pairs will probably be heading to the upside. USD JPY as well. I'm not trying to sell USD anytime soon right now. Pound USD and AD USD. Yeah, Pound USD. Pound USD is a little bit of a funny one as well because USD is really strong. So you would expect Pound USD to be continuing to the downside. However, again, Pound is very strong as well. So it's had a tough time trying to see that push. Whereas Euro USD obviously is falling out the sky right now. So Pound USD obviously looking a little bit strong there. We do have this daily prior low here on the left, which I expect in price to hold as resistance and see some downside from today. It's popped its head above that level. Of course, that daily candle, has not closed yet, so it could still pull back. It could still push on it if it wanted to. But yeah, I want to see price get back underneath this level for Pound USD. Overall, still very much a bearish market. I still think we can see some downside, but Pound's very strong right now. So yeah, Pound needs to lose some strength before we do see some shorts in Pound. I wouldn't look to buy Pound USD now simply because of what the DXY is doing. I wouldn't look to buy it and because it's a very bearish market as well. We might push up, but yeah, I'm not looking to buy it unless maybe you come back down again, show some strength, and then we see a daily close above that area. Then maybe some buyers could be looking good. But yeah, with what the DXY is doing, it doesn't quite line up. Kind of contradicts itself a little bit. So yeah, Pound USD, I'll probably wait for it to get under, retest this, and then you can look for sells for continuation. And AUD/USD as well, looking a little bit bearish. We did see a nice pullback over the past couple of days, kind of like Friday and Monday. Tuesday we're starting to stall a little bit, so maybe you can see some downside. We did, however, see price close back above this key level of support, which is what I'm using for my range. That is the wrong tool I wanted. Which is this support here on the left, which price has been respecting very well recently. When it does break inside this range, it does normally complete it. As you can see, very nice completions of the range. So if you can hold this as support, which I think we are doing, I do suspect AUD/USD to be heading to the upside there. Unless we get back underneath, then we could go a lot further. But yeah, I'm trying to see if we can complete that range, get back below, then we might drop further. USD will play a part in this, but AUD I think is also quite strong a little bit. Well, since Friday and Monday, maybe taking a bit of a dive now, but yeah, USD is very strong, so it might push this one under, but if it can hold that support around 0.73200, I think there'll be some nice buys back to fill the range towards 0.74, which is that upper level there of that range. So yeah, buys on AUD/USD look much better than Pound. But yeah, still need some confirmation and get some price action in. Price may drop a little bit lower, but yeah, I would say buys from 0.73200 to 0.74 do look good. Both long and short. Yeah, NZD/CHF, I'm still long bias on NZD/CHF. I mean, yeah, at one point I did think NZD/CHF will come back down. I was quite bullish last week on it, didn't get any trades because price didn't give me any opportunities on the intraday level. And then it started to break through the support, and I was thinking price might come back down to these lows. However, it found support again at that area. So NZD/CHF for me, as long as it stays above this, I'm staying bullish. Gets below it, then I'll probably look to change my bias. But right now, I think this is just retracement of that bullish impulsive leg there. And I'm suspecting NZD/CHF's getting ready for another move back to highs at 0.66200. So I'm only looking for buys for NZD/CHF for this pair. Again, looking for an intraday perspective, looking for entries there. Again, I'm not too sure about this leg. It looks a little bit too corrective for me. So price might retrace one more time. If it does that, I'll be great because I'll be looking for a higher low to form. And if it does, I will be looking to push this one all the way back up to highs. So yeah, NZD/CHF is on the watch list. I'm looking for longs for this one. I'm just looking for a good entry signal to get involved. But yeah, NZD/CHF is definitely on the watch list. Yeah, I suppose you could. I mean, Euro USD has dropped so much. I don't think it's worth the while looking for shorts. I say that, but price could still dump another 200 pips if it wanted to. But from my perspective, from the way I like to trade the market, after this big move here, I'm not really looking for shorts. If anything, I'm getting ready to long the pair back up, because this is quite a big move to the downside here for Euro USD, and most likely will retrace it within the next few days or so. Again, doesn't mean I'm just going to blindly look to buy the market because it's come down a long way. I need price to show me signs that it's getting ready to potentially to reverse. Right now it's very, very bearish here. So yeah, I would say you can look for long opportunities, but definitely do be conservative with your entries, because again, momentum like this can definitely be this is the type of momentum that a lot of people wipe their accounts on. They look to buy the reversal and price keeps moving lower, lower, lower. So it's definitely something you have to be conservative. Maybe even a position where you don't risk your full maybe half what you normally risk or something like that, just because it's so bearish. It is coming to the area which I did expect Euro USD to head to, which was this kind of wick here and that level there. So I was suspecting Euro USD might find support here and push to the upside and look to retrace some of this move, because even from a weekly perspective, we've had a big drop since 1.185 all the way down here, and we could still look to retrace some of that move there. So I'm looking for price to find support here. Obviously it doesn't have to, but if it does show signs, I will be looking for long opportunities, because with a dump like that, we're about to have a good retracement soon enough. So yeah, I would say looking for longs for USD does make sense, but because price is so bearish, definitely be conservative, and there's definitely no signal to look to buy the market right now or anytime soon, really. But yeah, you can be looking for longs. Pound USD is probably the better pair to get long on. Maybe if we can see a daily close back above the recent low, that can confirm better buys. But I think the buys on Euro USD will be a lot better, since it's dropped a lot further, of course, or at least a lot further past its lows. Yeah, David, you do get around quite quick, I do have to say. Like, all the financial markets you trade, I mean, I don't know how you manage all of them. But fair dues, if you can do it, you can do it. Not selling USD based on fundamentals. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's strength. Yeah, I'm not looking to sell USD anytime soon, but when it does take a little bit of a breather, I will probably look to see for any opportunities. Because again, just looking at technicals and how technicals normally works, after a big dump to the downside like that, we normally always come back to retrace most of that move there. So it's only a matter of time before that happens, but of course right now is definitely not the time. And again, it might not even be a time to buy it for the remainder of the week. It could be next week an opportunity presents itself, but I'm not looking to buy it right now. But because of that big move, we do look to retrace that. You can see for a lot of the JPY pairs, not last week, a few weeks ago now, a lot of the JPY pairs, big moves to the upside. We saw there for GJ, massive move to the upside there. Euro Jpy, massive move to the upside. You can see price action now. We retraced most of that big push, and I suspect similar price action for Euro USD. Again, obviously it doesn't always work out, but we will see. Looking to sell UJ break of 1.34052, 1.34. Okay, so a break of that, basically that low down the left, yeah, which makes sense, which is what I said earlier. If price did get back below this area here, a nice break and retest could be a nice sell, because again, this is quite a nice support there. It was the recent low, and obviously a very, very big move to the upside from that area. So if you can find resistance from that level, we could see some nice downside continuation, and you could see pound USD start to join Euro USD with that bearish momentum. But yeah, right now there's nothing there yet for us. Yeah, I mean that AUD was a nice move actually. Yeah, I didn't manage to get an entry for that one, but yeah, AUD USD did see a nice move there. So did most of the other pairs as well. To be honest, what's my bias on Euro JPY? Sorry guys, I'm taking my time to get to these chats. Just so many flying in. Euro JPY. So yeah, big dump to the downside. You can see price has kind of mirrored that move to the upside. Obviously not as aggressive, but we did see a lot of momentum, and price has actually broken through a few levels now. We had this prior resistance here, which was the last kind of major down move before we had this big push. So I was expecting Euro JPY to find support here and see some upside, but we've actually broken through that level. So price Euro JPY is looking very bearish, and I'm wondering to myself if this move here is potentially a lower high on the weekly time frame, and we could be seeing a bigger dump to the downside, and that is a possibility, especially if the momentum we're seeing and if it continues. But again, that's more long-term forecast, isn't it? So Euro JPY, we're coming back into this support here soon enough. Haven't quite tested it yet, as you can see, but overall we are still looking bearish, and I think that's the next place we're expecting price to go, which is 129,400. So probably see a bit more downside back into this level. Maybe if price can hold that, there could be some short-term buys to the upside, because Euro JPY does need to find some support. It hasn't really done that since back over here, and now it's just arguably consolidation really. Then we broke into the downside, so I think we can find some support around here. Again, this was the last bearish candle before that big push, so again it does have some significance, that level 129,400. So that could be a nice area for some short-term buys. I wouldn't look past this level here just because of all that momentum here. It could definitely continue a lot further, and like I said, it could just be a big lower high on the weekly. So yeah, some buys from this level here could be good. Again, you can drop to the hourly, maybe even lower. The range of that doesn't look too bad. Again, that's quite good actually, about 80, 86 pips to the upside between these two levels. So definitely a worthwhile risk to reward. I'm just expecting Euro JPY to find some support and see some upside. But yeah, the market is looking very, very bearish right now. They baited out how you should trade. The market baits out. That's funny. I mean, yeah, it's the same thing really across pretty much all financial markets. Really, impulse correction is literally just how everything moves. Really, the job of us really is to work out which one's the impulse, which one's the correction, and when's the best time to get in when that correction has ended. Really. Yeah, and that's the $1 million question. Yeah, I've never been a fan of currency correlation. I've never been a fan of that. I mean, intraday perspective, it's not too bad if you looking at trading intraday, not being in the position for more than a few hours. It's not bad, but as a swing trader, I think currency correlation doesn't help at all really, because it changes from day to day, and you can get in a trade nice and say NZD is looking strong, but tomorrow it becomes weak and prices retrace back to your entry price. So it can be good to see what is strong right now and what is weak, but in terms of from a swing perspective, it doesn't make sense, because our trades is over a number of days. If anything, you're better off looking at fundamentals really for swing trading. But day trading, not too bad, because you're very in and out. Is DXY pumping still? Yeah, it's still pushing up, still very, very strong. Yeah, and Euro USD is still falling. Yeah, so it's this type of period where you do have to sit on your hands for these pairs specifically, and wait for opportunities to come to you, not try and force it. Because again, very, very easy to get FOMO in this, because again, you've seen a massive downside move and you're like, oh, I didn't get involved in that. fear of missing out. Let me try and buy the reversal, see if I can get some shorts here. And that's definitely where a lot of money is lost. So, very, very important to learn when it's time to sit in your hands and wait for an opportunity to come to you rather than try and force it. And I can tell you, with this big drop, there will be a nice buying opportunity soon come. Again, I'm not too sure if it will even be this week. It might even be next week. It depends how far price wants to move, of course, but it will come and it will be a good opportunity. Just need to wait for that. I do find that a lot, which is why I don't look to trade like too many pairs. I rather add more positions to a pair that I'm trading rather than trade different, like AUD JPY, AUD USD. I'd rather just add more positions to one of those pairs than to take both, just because they move quite similar and then they kind of do the exact same thing, really, maybe at different speeds and different strengths, because obviously a JPY and USD will be different, but they're very, very similar. And again, they mostly move during the Asian session anyway, so I don't normally always get trade signals for them trading on the intraday time frames. But yeah, I always look to try and see if I can add to the position rather than look for a different pair. I'll check GJ, and then I'll go and check gold as well, see what's going on for that one. Okay, so GJ, I've been looking for longs coming into this pair. We've seen a nice break to the upside, but I want to see some retracement now for GJ, looking for a push into these levels here. Again, I've been talking about this during my weekly analysis this week, but overall, GJ will coming into this area here, really nice resistance turn support. I'm looking for basically price to find support and see some upside. We do have some levels up here which price never came back for the retest. Again, I'm pretty sure this was some fundamentals, some news that came out for pounds. So we broke to the downside very, very aggressively, and we never came back, to retest that level. So I'm looking at price coming back there, seeing if price can have a little bit of a pullback now, form a higher low, and then I'll look to see if we can get some long trades into this level, and then maybe monitor price and see if we can get a push into this level up here at 156. So yeah, GJ, I'm looking for buying opportunities. It's looking good. We've broken out of this kind of descending channel here. We haven't quite cleared this resistance here on the left, so we could still get rejected, but I'm still looking for that higher low anyway, so I probably want price to actually get rejected and pull back. But yeah, for me, GJ is at that really strong support. It's holding 153, nice psychological level there as well, adds to the confluence. So yeah, just want to see that pullback, higher low form, and then we can look for buying opportunities. And we have a really nice target there, nice target here, and then potentially we could look to carry on the trade a little bit further, depending where you want to push it. But yeah, we've had some nice momentum, just looking for price to pull back for us, and then we can see some continuations. We are coming back into this hourly support, so it could send price down. Another opportunity you could look for is the break and retest of this level, which could be good if price doesn't retrace for us, because obviously it doesn't have to. We would like to see the retracement, but price doesn't have to retrace right now if it doesn't want to. So a nice opportunity could be the break and retest of this high. You can see price has rejected this, kind of kept price in a bit of a range here. So if you can get above around the 153, 700, 800 area, come back and retest that, there could be some nice longs on that back up to 154, 700, and retest that 4H support, which never got retested. So yeah, either breakout or the pullback. I'm not too sure which one we will get. Obviously the pullback will be the better opportunity, because we'll be buying from the low and we can get a much better risk to reward. But we might just see the breakout because it isn't a very strong close on the 4H candle, so we might see that breakout anyway. But yeah, pound JPY looking for some continuation. And gold, haven't seen gold today. What's gold doing? Okay, yeah, gold's still looking bullish. Yeah, so I've got a target for gold back up to 1900 now. I think we'll probably hit that soon. Again, this is some crazy momentum we're seeing, because if this continues, we should see quite a hefty pullback soon. Again, we had some nice support here. I said if price can stay below that, we might see some retracement back into this level, which never got retested, and looks like potentially we might break through. Again, we still got 11 hours before that daily candle closes, so there's still a lot of trading to do on gold before that does close. It could definitely still pull back, in which case if it does pull back, we might actually see that move. But if we close above, then break and retest tomorrow, and I think we just ride that momentum up into these highs up here. So yeah, gold definitely a bullish market. Definitely not the right time to get short. Maybe if we do pull back underneath, there could be a nice opportunity. But yeah, I think if we stay above, it could be onwards and upwards to 1900. Yeah, gold is looking bullish. Silver probably looking bullish as well. Not as bullish, but yeah, gold is just flying. Hey Hammond, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm not long on GJ yet. I'm looking to get long. I've been looking for a breakout of this kind of descending channel here. So yeah, I'm looking for the long opportunity for GJ. Looking either for the break and retest of that level on the hourly time frame, or maybe even smaller, depending what type of analysis we're getting. Hey subscriber, welcome to the family. Much love. So yeah, waiting for the break and retest of 153,700, and then yeah, we'll look for a push into that level, and then that level as well, or waiting for some retracement to get a higher low formation, and then we'll look to go long. So it just depends what price gives us, whether it gives us the pullback or the break and retest. I'm not too sure. Either which way, I'm looking to get long on GJ. I'm not really interested in shorts anymore. After that big push there, I think we'll probably be running out of a bit of juice soon. Hey Trends, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, bro. What I think of GU? Yeah, GU, I'm a little bit torn. I want to see how the daily candle closes today, whether we close back above this daily low here on the left at 134,200, because yesterday we had a really nice close of that doji there. Price wick to the upside, pull back, and actually close underneath that level. So it's giving us the information that this was holding as resistance, and we could see some downside for pound USD. However, pounds have been quite strong. Now, as you can see, this current daily candle is trading above that level. So I want to see if that daily candle can pull back and close underneath, which give us even more confirmation that the break and retest is very much on, and we could see some downside the next day. So pound USD, I think I'll just wait for that daily candle to close and then probably look to trade it tomorrow, depending what happens, because if we close above, we might be seeing that momentum continue and some retracement back up. But USD is looking very strong, as you can see. So I'm looking for hopefully the short option. Hopefully price can get below that area, you know, try and break it twice, and then we can drop to the lower time frames and look for some shorts, you know, to continue this. We got 1.33, which I said is the next psychological level we'll be looking to target for pound USD. So yeah, I'm looking for pound USD shorts, but I think I'll wait for tomorrow to confirm that, just to see what this daily candle gives us. And yeah, right now it's trading above that support anyway, so not really interested. But yeah, looking for shorts for pounds, but nothing quite yet. Yeah, sure, no problem, wakey. No problem. Hey Chia, how are you doing? Looking to sell CHF JPY. Yeah, CHF JPY has been looking quite good. I mean, it's looking like price is giving us a little bit of a head and shoulders here. I said to myself, a break and retest of this level could look good for some continuation, but I have actually missed this kind of retest here. It's very like quick retest. It wasn't like price breaking through the level, coming back and retesting it. It was very, you know, quickly break it, retest, and then continue. And we've kind of seen that happen. What is that? That's like 2 a.m. So I've missed that opportunity there. But for me, I'm bearish on CHF JPY here. You can see a big move to the upside. It looks like price is giving us that head and shoulders. And I think we're going to get that retracement. And I have two targets for CHF JPY, which is this prior high over here on the left, and if we can break through that, this prior high here as well, because these are both kind of very important highs that never got retested when price did break through this area. So you can see a massive break there, no retest, and again on the daily, no retest. So I think CHF is going to see some weakness now, come and test these areas here. I'm just looking to see if we can get a good entry for that, if price does pull back. But yeah, you can see it much better in the 4H actually, like head and shoulders, left head, actually it's like a head and shoulders within a head and shoulders, because this here looks to be like a head and shoulders here, so left head right, and then left head right as well. So yeah, really textbook pattern there, and yeah, the break and retest looks like a good entry signal if you were to come back again, retest and then sell off. It's looking quite bearish now, so I'm not too sure if we will see that retracement happen. It might just end up hitting that level first and then retrace, but I do agree with you, CHF is looking like a good sell. And selling at AUD CAD, what do I think about that one? So yeah, AUD CAD is looking good. We've seen yesterday's candle pull back very, very aggressively, which is a sign that we might see some more downside for this one. Obviously, we're coming back into potentially these lows here, which just have almost been retested. We wicked not too long ago, last week, kind of missed it by a few pips down the daily. So we could potentially see more downside. I mean, overall, the pair is still bearish. You can see the highs there, potentially another lower high could be forming. I just want to see a bit more momentum with this one, but yeah, it does look good to sell, in my opinion here. Yeah, way price is going, I think we've had a kind of like a breakout of this kind of ascending channel here. Arguably, that's the correction that now we could be seeing the impulse. So yeah, AUD CAD does look good for some sells here, I would say. Yeah, just be careful because we're not too far from support, and AUD CAD is a little bit corrective. USD Cad did look good, but again, this kind of pair is moving during the Asian session, but USD Cad looks like it might be breaking to the downside here as well. You can see here price might be breaking out this consolidation here, and if it does that, we'll be waiting for a retest of that and then the sell-off, and we'll be looking for a push into these lows. And USD Cad and AUD Cad do move quite similar, so if USD Cad does see this drop here, AUD Cad will probably likely make that drop as well to low. So yeah, USD Cad is definitely on the watch list. I'm just waiting for that clean break. Hopefully you can see a daily candle closure below that area today, and then tomorrow I'll look for some retracement and see if we can get some nice sells. But yeah, AUD Cad and USD Cad both are looking quite good, but for me, USD Cad has a little bit more mileage to it, to those lows than the AUD Cad, but we'll see which one develops better. I think half the trading community is waiting for gold. I mean, gold is again a very, very popular pair. You see a lot of traders on YouTube looking to trade gold. Again, I don't trade gold that much really. But yeah, I've been expecting gold to see some retracements since we came into here, but we broke through that level, so we'll see what gold gives us. But yeah, I said if it closes above there, look for the retest, could see some continuations. If this daily candle pulls back below that level, then we'll probably see that range completed back down and see some retracement, because we've seen quite a big push recently with not much retracement. Slight bearish candle there, but in the context of things, that's not really much retracement, is it? So the sell or the buy could be on. Again, I'm waiting for a few daily candles to close, and then tomorrow could be some nice trading opportunities. But I do like to be in sync with my daily time frame, because that is essentially the time frame I'm trading. I'm just dropping lower 4H and hourly to get better entries. But yeah, all my analysis is mostly on the daily time frame. Get reversals too early, lost you 6 figures. Wow. Yeah, nice. Again, you don't want to be trying revenge trade or avenge trade your money like that, because then you probably end up losing more money like that. So yeah, reversals, very, very tricky. Definitely the hardest type of opportunity to take advantage of in the Forex markets. And I think Forex especially, because Forex does a lot of twists and turns whilst other markets kind of trend a lot more. So it can be very, very tricky to catch the tops. So yeah, if you're definitely just trying to get into the flow of things, continuation and just following the trend is definitely a lot better. There's obviously less juice in those trades because you're kind of joining a moving train already. So, you know, the train's already moved. It's looking to obviously stop soon. But in terms of like win rate and getting in some really nice entries and just flowing with the market, continuation trades are definitely the one to go. Reversals can be very, very rewarding. You know, catching a reversal, you know, right at the top, you can really ride trends down, new trends forming, especially for the high time frame ones as well. But yeah, it's definitely a lot more difficult to catch those trades. And again, it's not all about difficulty as well, because you know, people follow trends, make money off that. There's no need to start to look to just trade reversals and just make it more difficult for yourself. So yeah, just taking your time, 100% the way to go. Okay, so two systems. Nice. I mean, I kind of have one system, but I've kind of combined a lot of concepts into it. So I've kind of just built on that. But yeah, everything's come from like support, resistance, higher highs, higher lows, market structure. And I've kind of just added to that and just, you know, improved that strategy really. But yeah, two systems is good as well, especially if you have two separate accounts as well. Now you can kind of compare. Yeah, no problem, Hammond. Happy to help. Check pound seat chefs, very, very close. Let's see, pound seat chef. Yeah, pound seat chef for me is not quite at the level that I was looking to sell it, because price is obviously at this resistance here on the left. But I'm not hoping, I'm just thinking price might spike through this, grab some liquidity above these highs and tap into this higher time frame level of support and resistance. And go into 1.25 as well, because it hasn't actually hit that psychological level just yet either. So I was thinking price might push in, test the level, test the psychological level, and then drop, especially with all that momentum down the 4H. But yeah, it doesn't have to. It could just respect this level here on the left and fall. I mean, hourly time frame, very, very risk entry, 100%, because there's not enough there for me to look at that to sell. I mean, all that momentum's there. This bearish candle is actually a bit of an inside bar actually, because it hasn't taken out the prior high or the prior low of the previous candle. So it's showing indecision, which is what you want to be seeing at a level of resistance. You know, the bears starting to step in, buyers starting to take profit. So I think the next hourly candle could be a nice sign to decide what prices want to do. If it does break to the upside or start to push down, I think that could be a better signal, as in less risky. But yeah, it's at a nice area. I'm just seeing if price will spike into 1.25 and tap that level first. If not, and we see some nice reversal patterns here, then potentially could be looking at some nice opportunities. Because if it does see some downside, we do have quite a clear path here, back down to this area before you start to see some resistance. So we could see, oh, that's not what I wanted. We could see a nice drop into around here, 1.24100, which will give us a chance to take some profit, maybe stop loss to break even, and then just see what happens. Maybe you could see a nice drop to pound CHF, but it's at a nice level. But I just think maybe he wants to go test 1.25 first, but we will see. Okay, I mean, oh, do you have news today? I have not checked if you've got news today. Let me see if we've got news. So I don't think we had much yesterday. I don't think. We had some pound news earlier, euro news as well. Okay, yeah, we do have some USD news coming up at 1:30 GMT in about couple of hours and a half. Yeah, so we do have some USD news. We'll see how maybe that could be some bearish news for USD and start to see some exhaustion. We will see. you see positive news today. Wow. I mean, yeah, it could still push on. I mean, if it is positive, that means that Euro USD will fall further, which means that the buying opportunities will be a lot better. Because as bearish as it looks right now, the more it falls, the better the buying opportunity will be to take it back long. So yeah, we'll have my eyes on that, but yeah, there's nothing quite there yet. What pairs have my watch list? I've got GJ on my watch list, looking for buys on this one, either the break and retest of that high to take it into 154,600, or the retracement looking to go long off that as well. So GJ is looking good. It's coming into that level, but I want to see how this next Forex candle closes, because the previous one was quite bullish. This might just be the lower wick for price to push on. So GJ is on my watch list. Also USD Jpy is on my watch list as well, looking for either selling opportunity or the buying opportunity, because it does look like price potentially could be forming a higher low here to be seeing some more highs, which I do suspect 115 would be the next level. So yeah, I'm looking at the potential buying opportunity if we can clear this resistance. We'll look for the break and retest of that, and then could be a nice buy there, maybe the hourly or 30-minute or something like that into 115. Or I'm trying to see maybe if there's a selling opportunity if we can clear this support and see the break to the downside, because I did have that level of 112 that I was expecting USD Jpy to head to, which is this resistance here. It never got retested. Almost got retested, still expecting a bit more to the downside there, but we found some strength and price has been looking bullish ever since. So that 112 still could be retested if we do see some downside. Obviously, you know, DXY does need to calm down first before we do look at that selling opportunity. But yeah, break of that low, retest, we'll look to sell off USD Jpy or wait for the buys. In here is kind of just indecision for me, so I'm not looking to get involved. But break above, retest there, I will be looking to see some continuations for USD Jpy and roll it back to 115. And also on my watch list, I have USD looking for some longs on this one. Again, I'm suspecting price to head back up to highs over here at 0.66200. Well, kind of this area. So yeah, looking for buys for USD as well, waiting to see if we can get a higher low, because I don't want to get in too early. This here could still be retracement and price still could potentially continue further. So I'm waiting for price to pull back on the 4H, give me a lower high or something, and then yeah, we'll look to get long on this one, because I can still see a lot of upside to this. Was looking to get long last week, however we came crashing back down. So hopefully this week we can get a nice entry and ride this one back up to 0.66200, and risk towards looking good. You know, from that low to that high is about 150 pips. So yeah, USD is definitely on the watch list. And sort of pound USD as well. I want to see what happens with that daily candle close. But USD Jpy and GJ are the main pairs I'm focusing on right now. They're keen on short on AUD/USD. Yeah, AUD/USD could be seeing some more downside. Certainly if DXY does continue, but we do need to get below this support for me, because price has had a really high success rate of completing the range every time it does break it. You can see here we formed a really nice range, we broke inside of it, complete the range, broke back inside, complete the range, complete the range, complete the range. So potentially we could see another completion of that range. However, if we get back below this level on the retest of this, there could be some nice sells. And like I said on my weekly analysis, if you do hold below, I will be favoring AUD/USD back down into these lows here. Because from a weekly time frame, we potentially could just be seeing, you know, price reversing, get ready to see some more downside. So from a higher time frame point of view, we could still be seeing a push back into, you know, these lows all the way down here. So AUD/USD short does have a lot of mileage on it if it can get below that support. But yeah, first I want to see price get back underneath that range for me, because holding that as support, we could just fill that range again to the upside, and then maybe even continue on further. So yeah, AU shorts do look good. Obviously DXY is quite strong right now. I'm not looking to sell it right now, so maybe a daily close for me if we can get back underneath that level. But yeah, if this continues, AU shorts do look very, very good. So yeah, I do agree on that. I mean, you know, I think G8 could still be some good shorts as well, but I'm not really a fan of the price action anymore because of the pound strength. I was short here, but I've exited that position now. But potentially because price still could, I mean, still potentially could be forming a lower high there. Still could be some good shorts. I'm not going to sell it on that though. I need a little bit more than that from pound AUD. Hopefully, from a 4H point of view, we could show a bit more. A little bit more bearish in this, so if we can see another bearish candle or maybe a doji start to show some indecision, and then maybe I can look to get involved, because this here could just be forming a lower wick just to continue and push on of that next 4H candle. But I'm still looking for sales for pound AUD. Again, Euro AUD I suspect will probably get to lows soon, so I do think pound AUD will slowly follow behind it, just because pound is the stronger pair or has been very, very strong recently. So I can still see pound AUD coming back down to these lows, same like I see Euro AUD coming back down to those lows, and obviously pound AUD, the risk reward looks a lot better than Euro AUD. So I still do have my pound AUD, even though I've exited the short snap. That's a nice bearish candle price action, but I'm not gonna just get in just yet. Trying to see maybe if price can push down for me and give a lower high, and then I'll probably look to get on that move. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely a nice correlation there. As FTSE goes up, pound pairs do fall. Yeah, that is definitely a nice correlation. I mean, I don't really look at the FTSE to see that correlation, you know, play out. But it's definitely a very popular correlation there. As the FTSE goes up, pound comes down, and vice versa. You can see there on the hourly time frame, we're still holding. Let me just get rid of those trend lines. You can still see we're holding that resistance there. So I'm still looking to see if price can get above this, and if it does, I'll probably give out a trading opportunity on this one back to highs. Well, actually not highs, to this resistance up here, 154,700. So if you haven't checked out the Telegram, go, you know, make sure you go do that. Link in the description, or if you scroll up to the top of the chat. But yeah, see, pound JPY does look good. I mean, because we've closed quite bearish, we might be seeing that lower high form somewhere before we push on, but we will have to see. This is why I can't even do this long. I mean, yeah, I do suspect pound will lose some weakness. How's pound CHF looking? Yeah, I mean, still want to see how that candle closes there. If we're going to the smaller time frames, okay, some nice dojis that actually on the 30 minutes. So yeah, we could actually see a reaction from this level. Just a little bit risky because of that 4H candle there. Momentum is definitely with the bulls, but it's coming to a nice area of supply, nice resistance. So that sell could be on. Just want to see how it closes with that level there. CAD JPY, this pair has been a little bit corrected recently. As you can see here, we do have a nice bearish trend line there, and quite a nice bullish one. So price is kind of being in this corrective channel. We potentially might see a continuation to the downside, or we could start to see that impulse coming back, because it does look like price is struggling to push through this prior low over here. So we could be finding some support in the market and could be getting ready to see some upside potentially for this pair. So maybe there could be some nice buys if we do clear this level of resistance. Very, very key support there, and now turn resistance, seeing some nice reactions from that. So yeah, if we get above that, I think that'll be a nice signal that we're turning bullish again, and that we could be seeing another swing to the upside, because price has obviously had this big move. A lot of the JPY pairs have retraced this move already. Well, actually mainly just Euro Jpy and Pound Jpy, but CAD has struggled. Obviously CAD's been very, very strong recently, and this could just be, kind of like a bull flag for price to continue back to highs. So yeah, get above that support, that resistance, sorry, use it as support. That'll be a nice buy signal, because that resistance could still send us back to the downside, of course. But it depends what JPY wants to do. I'm quite bullish, bearish on JPY, bullish on the JPY pairs. USD Jpy looks like it wants to head higher. Pound Jpy, I'm looking for buys there. Euro Jpy is quite bearish, but I think buyers could be coming back soon at this level. However, CHF JPY I'm bearish on, because that is a really nice head and shoulders pattern there, and there's some levels it hasn't retested. So yeah, it's a little bit mixed. Can't lie. Normally when it's a bit mixed, it normally means that the trading opportunities are not really of good quality. Normally, when all the pairs correlate, they normally do produce really good moves, and the success rate of those swing opportunities are a lot better. But yeah, CHF is definitely looking bearish. And I still will be open to sell this pair, just need some retracement first, and then can look to short it back down, but there's nothing there for this one just yet. US 30, we've seen some downside recently. Again, I did say on the daily chart that we might be seeing price come back and retest some key levels. I've always had this target here on the left. Again, price doesn't have to retest this, but more often than not it does, or eventually does come to retrace it. It might go off another move to the upside, but this prior high, I do expect price will probably come and retest that soon. So if you do see the market really turn bearish, that's what the targets will be, 35,600. You can see here on the 4H, we've seen some nice bullish momentum, and now price is struggling to break through this low. You can see all those wicks there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wicks. Price is really struggling to break through this low. Could be forming a higher low there for US 30 to push on and continue to the upside. Again, don't really trade US 30, but there could be a nice long opportunity on that one. Potentially, again, we have some nice key levels there that price has been holding. Really key support here, dip below it, but now it's back above. This is kind of like the major higher low. So obviously, I would say price is looking good to push on. Not the clearest opportunity, I do have to admit, not the clearest one. But yeah, price is still looking bullish. I think if you can hold that support still, see a nice bullish engulfing, there could be some nice continuations for US 30 to the upside. But yeah, mainly focused on getting these NZD CHF buys on. Had my eye on that pair for some time, so definitely looking to get these NZD CHF buys. I'd be looking for AUD NZD shorts as well, but this pair's been a little bit tricky to trade. You can see the way it moves, very, very corrective, difficult to short that. Again, this type of market is where a lot of people do lose a lot of money, and I know that because I used to lose a lot of money trying to trade this price action here, because again, it gives you a lot of like bearish candlestick signals. You can see many engulfing candles here, and you're expecting price to continue down, so you look to short it. But yeah, it just keeps taking those highs out, and again, a lot of stop losses just above these highs, and they just keep getting taken out. So again, I used to short this quite a lot, this type of price action, 3-4 times in a row, and definitely just every time price used to just continue higher. So definitely can be a bit stressful. So the best way to trade it is just to wait for price to break structure first. Again, it doesn't have to be the trend line, just break a prior low. So I'll probably say this level here, price can get underneath this, form a lower high, and then you can probably get in some shorts, and just by doing that, you increase your win rate very, very highly, and you don't find yourself trying to short price action like this, which is very, very stressful. So yeah, looking for that higher low to form there for ADNZD, because price has this nice bearish leg here. I'm still looking for price to get back down to these lows at 1.0300. Again, doesn't have to, but if we do, that could be a really nice trading opportunity there for ADNZD, back down to those lows, 154 pips. So yeah, price action does break through, it does shift bearish, we'll be looking for buys. If not, then we'll most likely just continue higher, and then we leave price alone if that does happen. But yeah, just waiting for the best opportunity to get short, and trying to be a bit more selective again, and just take the best opportunities that present themselves. But yeah guys, if there's any pairs you want me to take a look at, any pairs you're trading, feel free to let me know, and we'll take a look at them. But yeah, still a few pairs on my radar. I mean, hopefully we can see some pounds start to see some weakness soon, and can get some sells. Pound CAD has been a good sell, but it's just been very, very choppy recently. Coming back into that resistance again, very, very nice bearish price action. So pound is taking a little bit of a hit right now, but I'm not too sure if that is just to drag a lot of people in and then take them out with the next few candles. I'll rather wait for price to see them move first, and then wait for the lower high to form and then short, rather than try and take it at the top, because again, a lot of bullish momentum there. Price could still move onwards and try and push on there. So I'm looking to short most pound pairs, pound USD as well. But like I said, I want to see pound USD close back below that level, and then look to short on that retest. But right now, pound USD isn't doing much right there, so we'll kind of leave it on the back burner till tomorrow. Again, a pair like this, when waiting for the daily candle to close, I'll simply just walk away for the rest of the day and check back, when the daily candle closes, and then add it to my watch list if price has met my kind of requirements for a trade. No need to watch every tick of price. But yeah, pound pairs overall do look good for shorts. Just need to see that weakness really start to come through, and hopefully we can see some nice opportunities. I missed this euro pound that dive to the downside. Was looking for price to come back and retest some levels. Again, was bearish on euro pound. On my weekly analysis, we were looking for a push into these areas. I said a nice break and retest of that could be a nice entry. However, you can see we just broke through that level quite easily. So nothing there for euro pound. Might be in some retracement now. Still expecting price to get down to these lows here. It's not too far away. I think I should consider that a missed opportunity really, because I'm not looking to get short where price is so close to support. But yeah, euro pound, definitely a nice trading opportunity there. Found some nice resistance, and then we just dropped to the downside. Maybe if it does retrace up, there could be something, but nothing there. Euro Cad's obviously looked quite bearish still. Again, have been waiting for the break to the upside for this one, because price has had quite a big dive to the downside. You can see there, Euro Cad, massive drop from these highs up here. You can see such a big drop, and I was expecting Euro Cad to see some retracement first before it does continue lower. So I've been waiting for the break of these highs, and then waiting for the retest of them, and then looking to get along the break and retest option. But yeah, price has respected that very, very well, and just dropped to the downside very aggressively. So nothing there. I'm not really looking to trade the break and retest of this low here and then short it further. Yes, that could be a good opportunity, but again, with that drop on the daily, I'm not too sure if I look to get short there. There might be a nice intraday move, but in terms of swing trading, I'm not too sure the swing will continue that much. Maybe a few pips, 50 pips maybe, and then it could reverse quite aggressively. I think the buys are the better opportunity here, because again, really key level of support here on the left never got retested with the way price just broke through. So I think that buy is looking good, but obviously we need a lot of price action before that happens. But yeah, not in any trades so far. Was in pound AUD, have exited that position. Hopefully get another entry for this one. Have been looked at USD Cad shorts, but I think this one's already moved too far for me to short it now. Again, price opened up around here, was looking for that push and then the pull back into that area. But with the way USD DXY is looking, and since it's already full, yeah, I'm not looking to get short on USD Cad anymore. So I think a lot of pairs are getting ready for some big moves in the near future, but right now I think we've seen a lot of big moves happen recently, so they're all, you know, either continuing that big move or they're retracing that. You know, particular Euro USD as well, had some nice weekly targets for this one. Both these wicks here on the left, which price have both hit now. So I'm looking for Euro USD to find some support before looking to go long. I think this will be the area, but we do have quite a big range for this area, as you can see from the body to the wick. You know, price could still fall an extra 70 pips to the downside before maybe it does turn long. But yeah, Euro USD has had a massive down move. I want to see what the news happens, what happens to the news at 130 for USD, see what happens there. There might be some nice longs, but for this one, there's definitely nothing there. We're obviously coming back into those lows, but not looking to catch any double bottom or anything. That just sets you up for definitely, you know, stop loss hunt there, 100%. You know, looking at taking momentum like that. I'm not saying it won't work, but it's just very, very risky and definitely not a high probability trading opportunity. We'd rather wait for price start to form some higher lows or break out, retest a neckline or something, and then look to continue. We haven't retested this area here for Euro USD. That could be a nice target, or maybe this area of a supply there that could still send us to the downside as well. So definitely be cautious looking to buy Euro USD, but because it's full, it's had a big drop to the downside, I do think the buys will be worthwhile. But I think I'll probably like it to drop a little bit further first before I do look for any buying opportunities, because I'm kind of still looking to sell pound USD, but we do need a daily close for that one. I mean, ADC Chapter is still looking a lot more bullish. I mean, ADC Chapter was actually looking to get long a few weeks ago on this one, but I think because of this push, we could be getting ready to see the opportunity, because we've had a really nice sort of head and shoulders with this one. You see left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Was looking for that, you know, that really nice textbook test of that neckline. Price has broken through that neckline there. So, and now kind of testing the underside of the neckline of the head and shoulder pattern. So I wanted to see if price can break back above this, retest that, then we can look at some nice continuation to the upside there. But I think I prefer NZCHF anyway. But if it does get above, both pairs will probably likely make the same move anyway. I do take partials in my trades, but yeah, I mean, typically I do like to push my trades a lot further now than I did previously. So yeah, partials sometimes don't make sense, but unless you have like a high success rate of price hitting your TP a lot, then not necessarily high, just a worthwhile success rate of price hitting your TP, then it doesn't make sense. But if you're trying to be like aggressive, your TP hitting like 1 to 6s, 1 to 7s, then yeah, partials do make sense. But if it's like a 1 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 to 3 even, I wouldn't say partials make too much sense, depending on your strategy really. Mate, you don't have to take partials. Partials is a nice idea. It also helps me balance psychology a lot more. I found partials then when I don't take partials, I'm a lot more on edge because you just see the floating profit. You know you don't want to see that profit go away. You see the equity. You know, associate your equity with your balance, and then sometimes it retraces on you, hits your entry price. You know, closes at break even. And then you're like, oh, I should just bank the profit, when you know you probably shouldn't, and probably just let it go to see if you can hit your TP, really. But if I find that I do take partials, I'm a lot less stress free, and you know I kind of have not that I don't care, but I'm kind of like happy. Okay, profits banked. You know the trade can do whatever it wants now. It can go hit my TP or can go hit my entry. You know, at least some profit is banked and I haven't lost any money. So I kind of have that kind of mentality when I do take partials. So I mainly probably do it for that reason, because over the long run it may be more sustainable not to take partials, but it's not such a big difference where it affects, you know, my trading too much. So it's definitely up to personal preference, I would say. But you're right in terms of mathematically, if your risk towards like, you know, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, it doesn't really make sense to take partials. Okay, so are you quite aggressive with moving in your stop loss then? Scale it in, go. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's nice to do that because then you obviously you get your trade break even, risk free very quickly. With me, I probably don't do that. Like I kind of leave a lot more money on the table. Like my profit could be like 1R, 2R, but I still haven't moved my stop loss to break even yet. Mainly because I'm waiting for structure to form before I do that. So yeah, partials do help a lot for that way. But yeah, with the way you sound, just get the stop loss to break even, and then let the let the trade run, let the see if the move can play out. But recently I've definitely had a lot more love for adding positions to a singular trade, because mathematically it makes sense to add positions to a trade. I think if you add positions to your trade, it probably will make you more profitable in the long run. Even though some trades won't work, some will hit your stop loss, you end up losing money that you could have actually gained money. But in the long run, if your success rate is about 50% or above, really, it makes more sense to add positions to your winners, which I've kind of found out. So yeah, I'll definitely do looking at more scaling into trades and adding more positions into trades that do obviously give an entry signal to enter a second or third positions. But I think in the long run it does definitely pay off, so I will be looking at doing that more often. But yeah, I'm quite conservative with my stop loss. I don't move it to break even straight away. But yeah, I think I mainly take partial just for the psychology aspect of it, which is probably the most important aspect of trading, really. If you can keep your psychology under control, you can go a long way. It doesn't matter what strategy you're using, whether it's a very basic strategy or the best strategy in the world, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm not like I don't really. No, I think well, life will just get better. But yeah, I don't really pay too much attention to that. I mean, I would say I would be bearish, but I don't really reflect that into my trading. Um, yeah, I don't really reflect that into my trading, really. Because like I'm bearish on US pretty much as a whole as well. Like, I do think DXY will probably end up back at like 88, 86 area, but obviously it's looking quite bullish right now. So yeah, I've been bearish on DXY for a long time. I'm still expecting it to fall. Again, that's more long-term vision of the economy and the fundamentals behind the US dollar itself. But yeah, I don't really reflect that too much into my trading, really. I mean, do you look at getting involved really into that? Because I don't know too many traders that do really. I'm still looking around for some opportunities here. Again, I'm not really seeing too much. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I'll get into any positions today. Pound CHF still not looking too good. Pound CHF shorts could be good, but I think we might push into 1.25 unless we can hold that level. But we do have that higher time frame level I've still got my eye on, so I'm still looking at those Pound CHF shorts. Maybe I think this is probably the pair most likely that if I do get something, I could get involved. But yeah, I need a little bit more there from Pound CHF. And pound is still quite strong. I know it's seen some downside because of FTSE going up. But overall, on the whole, if you look at the momentum of recent price action, pound is still very strong. Pound CHF, pound NZD, pound JPY, pound USD, they're all quite strong. Pound AUD as well. Pound JPY is still looking for that break and retest. Maybe Ash can get involved in this one later today. Maybe during the New York session, that break and retest for GJ does look very, very good. Get above that level, retest it, or give us the higher low, and then we could probably push on there. But beggars can't be choosers. Whatever it is, really just looking to get long, not looking to get short on GJ. I mean, this is a nice resistance, kind of held us as a range, but like I said previously, price is at a really nice daily area. It's holding 153, nice psychological level as well. So those longs do look very, very good here for GJ. I'm suspecting we could be seeing a move quite early on, especially if the pound momentum does continue. So yeah, that break and retest does look good. Again, guys, make sure you check out the Telegram channel. Link to that in the description or in the live chat, because if I do get an opportunity, I will let you guys know in the Telegram chat. But yeah, pound JPY longs do look good. I think JPY could be seeing some upside. Euro Jpy, I want to see a bit more retracement for that one back into 129,400 first before looking to get long. But yeah, this is definitely a bearish market, so might not even look to get involved, to be honest. I think Euro USD is much more smoother because we've seen such a big drop to the downside. So when you got momentum like this, it's a lot easier for price to retrace against that. Whereas Euro JPY, there's just so many levels of support and resistance. It will be difficult to get long on that one, or to see that one and push on further. But yeah, we will see how that one plays out. AUD still in that range. Again, gets below, we'll be looking at a push into these lows. Break and retest will be a really nice trade entry, but not too much there for AUD. Gold still overall looking bullish. Still waiting for that daily candle closure on gold. Close above that level down the left. I'm suspecting price will probably complete this range to the upside into that level here, around 1900. So the nice break and retest on Wednesday will be looking very, very good. So again, around 1870, we'll be looking to see if we can get a nice break and retest on that. And then we'll let to get along to those highs. So yeah, gold looking good. But if gold does pull back, if this gold daily candle does pull back underneath that level, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles that are trying to break through, and then yeah, we'll actually be looking for shorts tomorrow and trying to trade it in the opposite direction. So it just depends what really happens with that level, really, and that will make up my decision of where I see gold going right now. Right now, the daily candle's still live, so I haven't made up my mind, but we could be seeing some nice longs or shorts coming up. Thank you, Patrick, bro. I mean, happy to help. Again, any pairs you guys are looking at, feel free to let me know. Just drop it in the chat, and I'll take a look at it for you guys. But yeah, gold could be a nice opportunity, but do need to see that daily candle closure, and then I'll look to go on the break and retest or not. But yeah, I'll probably say that the main pair I'm looking at will be USD Cad longs. For me, this one makes the most sense. I've had my eye on this one for a couple of weeks now, and yeah, looking for the move into those highs there. So I'm just getting ready for price to give me a lower high somewhere. It's a little bit too corrective for me here on the hourly time frame. You can see it's a little bit corrective. We do have an area of supply here on the left that could send us to the downside. So I'm waiting to see if price can drop, give me a higher low, and then we'll take some longs, or wait for momentum to really pump up first, like it did over here, and then yeah, wait for some retracement. GJ, yeah, sure thing. So yeah, GJ, I'm bullish on GJ. Again, GJ is on the watch list. I'm waiting for a push to go and fill that gap into 154,700. Then maybe if you can push that 156 up there, up there as well. But that was a bit more risky. But yeah, looking for a break and retest of this level here on the left, 153,700. If we can get above that level, we'll wait for the break and retest that level, and we'll look to get long back into 154,700. If not, and we just hold that as resistance, then price will most likely come back down, and if that happens, we'll be looking for a higher low somewhere to get long, because price for me is retraced really heavily on the daily. I'm looking to see if price can hold this support here on the left, and see some upside from that. So yeah, looking to get long on pound JPY. Just depends what price wants to give us, whether it's the break and retest or it's a pullback to form the higher low. Which way I'm bullish on this one, so I will not be looking to get short. I know it's at a nice level of resistance, but yeah, I'm not looking to get short on that. So yeah, pound JPY, see if we can get a nice breakout. Just fill that gap. You can see on the left there's not much price action here, so we hopefully should see a clean move to the upside, and then maybe even a clean move back to 156, because again, very clean price action, and price might want to go and tap into some orders up there. So yeah, looking for longs on GJ. Sure thing, we'll check a look at Bitcoin. So yeah, Bitcoin, we saw quite a big drop recently for this pair. Very aggressive price action. Was looking for the break and retest of this level for continuations. However, price failed to do so and it broke through that level. So Bitcoin for me overall very much a bullish pair. You can see going to the weekly time frame, price is still very bullish. It might mean though, however, we might see some retracement though before price does continue to the upside. So we have had quite aggressive price action not too long ago for Bitcoin. As you can see here, very big move, price retraced, then it moved up, very big move. Price might go and do that retracement now before we do see that longer continuation. So this impulsive move is giving us signs that yes, we might retrace, but if you look at the structure of the market, price for Bitcoin is still moving to the upside, creating higher highs and higher lows here, and potentially price could be forming a higher low over here. So I do need to see price kind of take out this wick first before we do look for that reversal, because from here price could still see some bullish price action and still continue back to highs. We are coming back into a very, very key level of support here on the left, as you can see. You can see how many times price has tested this. This was a false break, and now it's testing it again and it's pulling back up. It's got about 16 minutes left before that candle closes. It looks like price will probably be holding that support there as well. So yeah, I'll be saying buys are looking good again, even though we've had such a big push. A little bit aggressive buys, I do have to be honest, because momentum is definitely with the bears. But if price does hold this as support, you can probably monitor price action in this level, so you can get some more wicks, maybe some engulfing candles on this one. There could be some nice long opportunities, and I would say back to highs. But be careful, because we might just come straight back down again and look to break through structure. But yeah, price hasn't taken out this low here. It's still holding 60k, still on 60k, which is a very key support. And as you can see, 60k is actually the support that gave us these highs recently. So we've simply just pushed back down into prior lows, and if we do hold on to it, there will be some nice buys. But just wait for price action to agree with it first, because it's quite a bearish fall there. And yeah, if you start to see some nice strong bullish candles, I would say buys are looking good again for Bitcoin. If not, we break through, we might be coming back to test some recent structure down here on the left. 52k, we might retrace back into this high before going bullish. Really might retrace through there and then turn bullish. So hold 60k, looking to go long, break through, we might be looking at some continuations to 52k maybe before we do go long. But yeah, I hope that analysis made some sense to you, and yeah, you found it helpful. But yeah, as long as Bitcoin holds 60k, I think we're probably still heading to the upside. Yeah, so still waiting for a few pairs to line up. Again, don't have any pairs that do look good right now. I'm still waiting for GJ to see if we can get a break above that high and then get the retest. I mean, that could happen quite soonish, to be honest. I'm still waiting for GU to see if it pulls back below that low. We might not, we might do. We'll wait and see what the daily candle gives us. No problem, Patrick, happy to help. So yeah, still waiting on a few candles to see what happened there before I do look for some entries. I want to see what Usd Cad closes. Actually, Usd Cad is another pair on my watch list. I forgot to mention. Well, it's actually not on my watch list yet, but if you can see a break of this low, it will be on my watch list, because I'm looking at price filling this range here to the downside, about 150, 170 pips, or breaking to the upside and filling that range to the upside. Either which way, I'm just waiting for that break, and it's really, really simple price action. Just waiting for the break, retest, and a continuation. Even if price doesn't get the retest, with the pips in each direction, if you drop to lower time frame, especially that hourly, you probably will see some retracement, halfway down before we do continue. So there will be some nice opportunities to get in for some buys or sells. Just waiting for price to give us that direction first, and then we'll look to trade it into those lows. It looks like price might be trying to break to the downside here. It hasn't broken through yet, so obviously nothing's confirmed, but you can see those wicks is formed to the upside. It looks like it's struggling and could see some downside. If it doesn't break through, it still holds on to, then we might see another push to the upside, which could actually be an opportunity to trade the range of the range, looking to buy from the lows, sell from the highs. Not really my type of trading style or my type of trade, but if you do like to trade ranges, Usd Cad is ranging, and if it does reject that support, there could be a trading opportunity there, and then we'll simply wait for the break and retest of the high before going along and trading into these areas. So yeah, USD Cad, really simple price action, just waiting for the break and then waiting for the continuation. So yeah, USD Cad is on the watch list, and hopefully we can see a breakout this week. Hopefully maybe even a breakout today. If not, we'll wait and see. We might see another swing up. But yeah, break and retest either which way. USD Cad I will be able to trade. Again, see what happens with CAD as well. If CAD is weak, then it might push back up. See some strength in CAD. Maybe entity comes down. But we will have to wait and see. Yeah, pound CHF still not looking too good. You can see we had that inside bar candle. If you move that level, we have that inside bar candle there, and price is obviously taking out the wick to the downside. So we'll see what happens with that candle closure. It's in about 11 minutes or so. But yeah, showing a lot of indecision, and with that bullish momentum, it's definitely not something I want to get short on. I want to see the bears, really step back and control, because price still might want to go and test 1.25 and this support, which never actually got retested there, as you can see. So maybe a bit of a liquidity grab, something like that, and then we see the drop. We will see. And Euro USD, if I do look for a long opportunity, I probably will wait for the break of the high. Wait for the break of the high first, and then the retest could be something nice there. And then we'll probably look to see if we can trade it into that previous low up there. But I wouldn't touch it in that range. $4.8. Refusing the highs, potential reversal. Okay, yeah, we're basically seeing what we're seeing in Euro USD. So yeah, we are rejecting those highs there, but I wouldn't say potential reversal yet. It's just way too aggressive here, because price could easily give you a bearish engulfing here and still break to the upside. Remember, we do have some news for USD coming out at 1:30 GMT, which is in about an hour and 40 minutes or so. So do watch out for that news event here. I mean, you could look good short here, and then the news just takes to the upside. So your best bet is probably to wait after the news for any trades, just so you don't get taken out, or you don't see yourself in any crazy loss and price has gone against you. But yeah, I think we'll be looking for DXY to take that bigger retracement. Seeing a lot of momentum here. It's taking up 95. I think maybe it might be on to 96. But yeah, I don't want to get short on this pair just to see, well, not DXY of course, but not see just to see the news take price higher. Obviously it could take us lower, but I'm not trying to find out with my money. So yeah, potential reversal could happen, but it's definitely way too risky to get short or look to buy Euro USD. Definitely want to see price give us a bit more information. I think bear news on USD today. I review it on my website, and different this time. I think GU will fly. What you've got the drop again, trends. You've got the drop on USD news. I mean, we'll wait and see. It's happened at 12:30, so I'll keep that in mind watching the news. Crazy if it's correct again. But yeah, I mean, DXY has seen a lot of upside, so I am suspecting to see some weakness soon. I don't think I'll try and trade it with the news. That's just not the way I roll. So I'll definitely wait for price to give us a nice move first to the downside. Let's try and catch a lower high somewhere, and then that will be my entry there. Something like that, and I'll look to get short. And then we can trade some to some levels down there. So that's something I'll probably wait for. Again, Euro USD, I said nice break and retest of that. But yeah, I'll probably wait for the news to happen first before I do look for any type of entries. Maybe it's something you can stick a trade on a demo account or something. But yeah, pound is very, very strong. So if USD does see some weakness, yeah, it could fly. It could very much fly, and it's holding above that price support as well. You can see there for price action today, it's holding above, very strong close there at 10. So yeah, we definitely could see a big push if USD becomes bearish. Like I said, I'm waiting for that daily candle to close before I do trade pound USD. I want to see if I can pull back underneath the level or obviously close it above it before I do look to trade this pair. So yeah, I'm waiting for tomorrow. Oh, it's positive on the website, but you take the opposite this time. No, wait. Are you going against the website? I'm pretty sure the website was getting everything right a couple of weeks ago. Was it with flying colours? It was guessing all the news events. How come you're going against it this time? Or do you have another website telling you that it's going to be negative? But yeah, I mean, I have no idea what's going to be, so I'm not going to try and guess the news. I mean, it's just something that I'll keep an eye on, but it's nothing that I'm going to trade. And I'm not trading any USD pairs as well, so don't really care what happens really. But yeah, it's nothing I'm looking to trade, but it's interesting to see what happens because it could present us with some nice opportunities later on today or maybe tomorrow. Okay, nice. We'll take a look at that. Some sort of feelings, fair play. Are you going to trade the news trends? Are you going to trade the news, or are you going to take a seat on the sidelines today? We can't use feelings here, 100%. You're going to trade the news, fair play. I mean, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Guy on the dark web. I mean, yeah, all luck to you. I'm waiting for tomorrow to trade GU. But yeah, hopefully it does fly to the upside for your sake. But yeah, pound's still looking strong. So I think if that news is bearish, pound will probably take off. So yeah, it's looking good. If the news is bearish, obviously 50-50 really, whether it's bearish or not. USD still looking for that break to the highs or the lows. Again, nice break and retest of that level. We've had numerous rejections of this level. Nice break and retest of 114.200. We'll look for a push into 115 up there. So USD is on the watch list, or the lows either. We'll see if we can get a move back into these lows. But this here could just be a one big high low for price to continue to the upside. So I will wait for price to give me the signal which way it wants to go, and then I'll just trade it in that direction. I'm also seeing if AUD can see some retracement, because I'm still looking for a push back down to lows for this one. But you can see the price action is very, very corrective. The price is trading in this channel here. It's like it might be taking out that upper trend line there. Again, I don't really use trend lines too much, but it's just a way to keep price, to frame price really. But yeah, get underneath this level, maybe see a nice aggressive drop, retracement, get a nice sell from there. If not, and it keeps this up, then it'll probably continue. And yeah, we'll leave that alone. But if you can see a drop to the downside, we'll look to scale in some sells around this area. Maybe you can get some pullbacks, get some more in, and look for continuation to those lows. But yeah, there's nothing there. UAD hoping can get some retracement on this one. Probably not that level anymore. At best, probably this level here, and then yeah, sell it down to lows. I want to see a pullback on CHF JPY as well. Hope you can get a nice retest of that level, and then yeah, we'll look to sell it down. And if I do get anything, guys, I will let you know on my Telegram channels. So yeah, be sure to go and check that out. Link in the description and at the top of the chat. But yeah, it has come to the end of the stream, guys. I will look to wrap things up. I'll give you some pairs that I do have my eyes on for today and for the rest of the week as well, for some opportunities. And then yeah, I hope you can capitalize on these pairs this week. But yeah, CHF JPY is looking good. It looks like potentially price has given us a nice reversal pattern of the head and shoulders. See a bit better in the 4H, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Those are awful drawings, I know. But yeah, looking to see if you can get a nice retest of this neckline. We sort of had one during the Asian session. Don't really trade that session, so didn't get any entries there. But if you can come back for some reason, retest that, I think some sales will be looking good. Yeah, sure, I'll check Euro NZD as well. Yeah, Euro NZD for me, this one's still bearish here. I think price has had a retest of this level here on the left, this low. As you can see, the prior low of the market is wicked into that a few times and had a very strong rejection. So I think maybe price could actually be getting ready for more continuation to the downside. We do have this low here on the left, but with this price action, with that push, I think if you can see some retracement back up again and the market turns bearish, I'd say that would probably be a nice opportunity to sell it back down and see some continuations, or the break and retest could be an entry. Again, probably not the biggest fan of the break and retest right now because of where it is. Rather wait for price to retrace further to the upside. But yeah, we'll probably need to break back above this level here before I do look for buys for Euro NZD. That's the only way I'll look to buy Euro NZD. I'll probably, if anything, only look for sells in here. Again, it's not the cleanest price action either. But yeah, if we do pull back, form a lower high or something, I would say it does. I will probably continue in this trend and just see another continuation back down to some new lows. But if you are looking to buy it, I'll probably wait for a break and retest of that. The most probable entry buys from here could be a little bit risky. But yeah, I hope that analysis there helped. Primary is looking for sells, and only if we get above that, I'll probably change my bias to bullish. Euro USD, waiting for some buys on this one. It's been very, very bearish here. I think it could be turning bullish soon, maybe later this week. So this one's definitely more to keep on the back burner, not really have it too much on your forefront right now, because the pair is still looking very, very bearish, and it's not really giving us any signs that it's going ready to reverse yet. I know we're holding on to this prior low, but you need a lot more than that for us to look to reverse this momentum here. You can see on the daily how we've just dropped to the downside. Definitely not looking to take some buys into that without more signals, but maybe this week there could be something there for Euro USD. NZCHF, looking to go long on this one. Hopefully we can see a bit more upside for NZCHF, so hopefully price can push on, give us a lower high somewhere, and then yeah, take some buys back into 0.66200 and look to continue that move on. But yeah, NZCHF is holding this key level of daily resistance turn support, so I'm just looking for continuation of this impulse correction and impulse pattern there. So yeah, buys for me for NZCHF. Just looking for entries now. Bitcoin, yeah, sure thing. Bitcoin's coming back into a very key area of support. 60k, just pulled back above that, had a really nice close there. So you can see here for Bitcoin, 60k price consolidated, bit of a false break here, but 60k is essentially the level that gave price this move to some new highs at 68k, I believe, maybe 69. So Bitcoin is now holding 60k. If we can hold 60k again, give us some nice confirmation here. I would say buys are still looking good, because you can see we've had a big collapse down Bitcoin and price is looking bearish, but we still do have this high, low, high, potentially new low for continuation. So if you can hold onto 60k, I'd say some buys are looking good here, and you can look for another push back to highs. I know this momentum is very, very bearish, but if you can see, you know, the bulls starting to come back in some nice, you know, aggressive bullish price action, I would say that will be enough to buy the pair. If not, and we actually go and break through this level, then I said on the daily time frame. Oh, subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the family. But yeah, I said on the daily time frame we could see a nice a retest of this level if we do end up breaking through 60k. Break through 60k, then I think we'll come back and see a deeper retracement, test this level, and then maybe turn bullish again. But yeah, hold 60k, which so far it looks like it's doing. You can see in the 4H, big wick underneath, pulled all the way back up. So I think if we can see some bullish momentum now, some engulfing candles, stuff like that, I would say Bitcoin back up to highs. So yeah, hopefully that helped. Also looking at GJ buys as well, looking to see if GJ can pop above this level here on the left, pop above 153,600, and I would say GJ is looking good for the break and retest. And yeah, GJ back to 154,600. Never got the retest of that 4H level there when we broke through. Again, we had that interest rates £4 and we just dropped to the downside. So looking to see if we can get the retest of that level. Or if we do retrace and form a higher low somewhere, maybe give us a little bit of a head and shoulders. Definitely not the cleanest price action, but we'll be looking for that higher low if we do drop from this level. If not, and we can break above, we'll wait for the retest and the continuations to go and test that level. So those are the pairs that I'm focusing on today, really, and potentially late this week. Hopefully Euro USD and Pound USD can start making a little bit more sense for me, and then I can look for some entries on that one and whack those pairs onto the watch list. But so far, not looking the clearest price action for those pairs, so we'll leave them on the back burner right now, but something, you know, later in the week could develop nicely. So it has come to the end of the stream, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed it and found it useful. Like always, drop a like on the stream if you have found it useful. Check out the recommended broker, IC Markets, if you're looking for a broker, and also check out the Telegram channel. I left a link to that in the chat as well at the top. And also in my description as well, I do post trading setups there. If I do get anything on those pairs I've just mentioned, I'll let you know in the Telegram channel. But thanks guys for watching the stream. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, you know, if you want to see more of the same content. hit the bell so you didn't miss out on any uploads, all that good stuff. But I hope you all guys have a great day. I'm live again tomorrow, and I'm live again on Thursday as well, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. GMT. So I hope, excuse me, I hope to see you guys there. But yeah, have a great day, guys. Stay safe, and I'll catch you tomorrow.